Hello everybody and welcome to a new Shipviews episode with me, Carburetor. Today we are going to be looking at the Rochester. I was kind of on edge about this ship, but after seeing smokescreen, radar, and either DFAA or hydro, I'm actually unsure which is which. I kind of said I need to have this ship. Mainly the smokescreen and the radar is what is making me say this. The DFAA or hydro or whichever one it is really optional. I'm going to do something I've never done before. As I'm pretending to pound my fist into my desk. I'm going to buy a Admiral pack. I've never done it before because I've never really needed to do it before. To tell the truth, I'll probably end up taking this commander and probably just dismissing him. It is saying SP there. I wonder if that means it's seasoned. So it might be like a George Doe or a John Doe or something like that that gets you the little bit, what I would consider to be like a silver commander. Decent main battery of 203mm guns. That's kind of standard at this tier of tier 8. Smokescreen generator, good concealment, earns credits per battle, yada yada yada. The main reason I am going to buy it is not because of all this other crap, but because of this right here, the bonus combat mission of 200% Commander XP. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is I'm losing my words here. If this is a temporary mission or if this is something that permanently gets attached to the ship. I kind of want to find out what that is. Now, I was looking at all the purchase options. The base offer, the Commander pack, and then the Admiral pack. And this is actually classic marketing right here. What they'll do is they'll make a medium range, kind of high price, and then a high price, but it's close to the medium price. I'm gonna kind of admit I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna fall for it here. So let's go ahead. Let's hit purchase. Proceed to payment. It's kind of sad that I have $100 to just burn on pixels in a video game, but I'm hoping that it'll make good content in the very least. Alright, let's head over into my port where it should be available. Please ignore all these open tabs up here also. I know I have a problem. Alrighty, and here we are in port, and I have no experience with this ship whatsoever. This is literally my very first view. I literally just clicked over. I transferred my recording software over to this page. That's it. So first let's start with the combat mission. Okay, so it's only going to give me 200% XP for 29 days. So it's not a permanent attachment, but you know what? I can take that. I'll take that. Looks like it gives you scenarios, co-op, ranked, and random battles, which I'm kind of disappointed in because I've been playing convoys here recently, but each their own. I don't remember what this one is. I don't think that has anything to do with it. The main reason I'm looking through all these is because I could have sworn that I had 18 and now I have 20. So I don't know where the other one came from, but whatever. Not a special commander, but I'm not going to dismiss him just because of the fact that I am trying to rework my American commanders, and having another 10-point commander is nothing that I'm going to disapprove of. Let's go into the equipment here, and okay, so we have DFAA, hydro, and smoke. Oh. I actually was hoping, I thought that was radar. Dang it! Oh, and I'm going to leave that goof in here because I honestly thought that was radar. Oh well. Typical build out here. I'll probably go through and build that out, but let's look here. Hit points, that's pretty standard. Torpedo protection, I think that's a little bit weak compared to something like the... Oh no, that's actually better. Okay. Well, this is also on the A hull. The B hull might be a little bit better, but I'm not going to blow through any credits to try and look at that. Artillery, 8-inch guns, 12-second reload. That seems a little slow, actually, for... Seems a little slow for a tier 8 with 8-inch guns. If I remember right, the Baltimore had like an 11, had a 10-second reload. Yep, 10-second reload. So that's kind of a mark against it. However, 15.9 firing range, 14.1 firing range. That's on the Buffalo. 14.4 on the Baltimore. So that's actually a pretty good bump there. AA defense, already I can say that's a really good number. I can probably get that up to about 82 with commander skills and in my equipment. Although, honestly, AA in general kind of sucks, so I'll probably just leave that alone. It'd be one thing if you were actually stripping planes out of the sky. You're not. This is my problem with the latest rework, is you don't really see, even, you know, like you're 19 minutes into a 20-minute battle and aircraft carrier is still sending out full squadrons. Are you literally just like, are you just like plucking the material out of the ocean? You have a forge in, you know, in the belly of your ship along with a full manufacturing plan. You're just manufacturing these planes as fast as you can. I'm sorry, it gets pretty ridiculous how some of these ships can pump out so many aircraft. In the brawls a couple of months ago, I was playing the Massachusetts, and I think I went against a Kaga or a Saipan. I don't remember which. And in that battle, I think I got 181 airplanes shot down. Granted, a lot of them were fighters. I shot down a lot of fighters. But I shot down 181 airplanes, and they were still sending full squadrons after me. It's like, at what point do you start losing ships? Well, or start losing planes? Well, I don't know. It kind of got ridiculous. I really wish I had saved that battle, but that was back before I actually like really cared about restarting my YouTube channel. But anyway, let me go through, let me outfit this ship, let me put a good commander in here, and we can take a closer look at him. Alrighty, so I went through and I put all the skills on it. I'm going to go through the skills just right quick. I put auxiliary armaments because AA mounts tend to melt off of ships. So I kind of want to keep them as much as possible, and it's better than the main armament because these heavy cruisers really don't have a tendency of having their main armament disabled. And I also don't have a huge tendency of having my magazine detonated. It has happened to me in large cruisers, but it's very, very, very rare. I think it's happened to me 2 times out of the 1,000 battles that I've played in heavy cruisers. I got damage control systems because, again, engine room protection, don't really need it. Rudder protection, don't really need it. This is just kind of better, especially if you're getting into an HE spamming brawl. I chose aiming systems because definitely since I'm going to be sitting a little bit further back with my extra range, I definitely want to have that. I chose the steering gears over the propulsion. I might end up coming back to this because I'd rather have propulsion mod to be able to burst out of my smoke if I need to, but bigger cruisers, typically you want to have the steering gears. And then I chose the concealment mainly for one big reason. It's already got great concealment, so I'm kind of adding sugar on top of ice cream. And it also has the added benefit of the dispersion of shells fired by enemies. Granted, that doesn't really do much, but I'm basically taking away this aspect, their aiming systems, from them. So that's kind of helpful. I put my Jodo on here, which also happens to be my Alaska and my Salem captain, and I bumped him up to 21 points. I don't know if you saw before, but I was at like 1.4 million up here. Now I'm down to 27,000. So I am kind of debating what I'm going to do. I might end up going backwards on this at one point or at some point in the future, but I'm actually going to be adding the priority target AA damage because it also adds a shell explosion and the survivability expert. Now, the main reason I'm choosing the focus fire training is mainly because I'm doing survivability expert. I had considered doing demolition expert, however, 1% to me doesn't make that big of a deal. If it goes from 15 to 16, that means I start one more fire in 100 shells. I shoot 100 shells, 200 shells in a battle that hit, I'm only going to start one, maybe two more fires. To me, it's just not worth it. If it were the 3% that it had been before, I'd take it, but it's not that anymore. I had also considered using this guy, but the consumables enhancement, but that doesn't work well with my Salem or my Alaska. This also has to be my Salem and my Alaska captain, so that's why I'm doing this. Alright, let me throw some flags on here and we can take her into convoy and see how she does. Alrighty, so we are in battle here, and so far I can actually say I am very impressed with this ship. She is a very pretty ship. I have a different camo on here right now that gives me a little bit better free XP and a little bit better commander XP. Ooh, she is slow to take off though. That's kind of slow. Rudder shift is kind of slow too, but kind of got to take one with the other. As you can see, I got my concealment down to 9.5. I probably should have discussed it a little bit more in battle. So how do I think this is going to compare to other Tier 8 premium heavy cruisers? Well, compared to the Eugen has a very similar reload time of about 10, 11, 12 seconds. So that's actually pretty comparable. Now, the hydro on this is a little bit worse. It's only 5k versus 6k, and the Eugens last a little bit while longer. And the Eugen also has a repair, but this has that smoke screen. On top of that, this has better concealment. However, the Eugen has better range. Not much, but 1.5 kilometers. Going up to 17.5, I guess 1.6 kilometers because 15.9. That's kind of a big deal because even right now I could be raining HE down on this Bismarck. Instead, I'm stuck here near the back where I can't hit him. So as you can see, I'm pushing forward here, trying to get in, and I'm actually recording this in real time. Like, here, let me fire a shell into... I'd rather not. I was going to say let me fire a shell into the mountain, but I don't really want to because I don't want to give away my concealment. Realistically, though, I think this is going to be a very comparable ship. I don't think this is going to be a very weak ship. I think this ship is going to have its benefits, its pros, its cons. It's definitely going to be an AA monster. We don't get to test that in this battle because we don't have any aircraft carriers, but compared to something like the Otago, which is another fantastic premium tier 8 ship, I think this ship is going to be comparable just because of the fact that it's going to have AA. I can't tell you how many times I was in the Otago and it would just melt under CVs. And as you can see right there, I'm kind of in trouble because of all the ships that are looking at me. I just took kind of a bitch slap from the Bismarck. My general rule of thumb is fire at whoever does the most amount of damage to you. Right now, the Bismarck did the most amount of damage, so I'm going to pick on him. It appears we have the usual US smoke screen that kind of lasts forever. You can see my little smoke screen timer right up here in the corner. I'm going to be in this for like 2 minutes, so that's very good in my opinion. I can already tell you though, right now this reload takes it's too dang long. If I'm going to have a critique of this ship, it's going to be that the reload is way too long. So we just lost our spotting there, so unfortunately, let's push forward. I probably should not have smoked up here, but I was under fire, so I kind of used it as a defensive mechanism to try and save myself. This is literally my first battle. in this ship. I will say this, with me being nose on like that, when I took all those heavy salvos, in my opinion, I came out far worse than I probably should have. I feel like that was a little, how should I say, unfair. I feel like I should have been a little bit better protected. This is a heavy cruiser after all. But beggars can't be choosers all the time. And I was just out of position there. I should have positioned myself up here in the corner, right up here, but next battle, I guess. Seeing a lot of torpedoes, so let's pop hydro. We really need to start killing these ships or they're going to knock out our transports as they come around that on. So I have AP loaded. The Massachusetts is pretty broadside. He's kind of closing in on that. I don't think this island is going to be enough to conceal me, but let's see. The only thing bad that can happen is I can die. Nope, it's not. Should have saved it for that Edinburgh. Smoke is going to be up here shortly. I'm going to pop smoke and ooh, if I'm even going to survive that long. Pretty good salvo right there for AA on a nose in battleship, so that's pretty good. I'll take that. Reload is down to 10 seconds, but that's probably because of how damaged I am with Adrenaline Rush, so I don't want to attribute that to the ship. And that would be my phone ringing. I'll call him back later. Alright, we got some broadside cruisers here, so let's pick on them. Oop, nice citadel there on the Otago. Got the Talon over here, broadside. Alright, let's push forward while the Massachusetts is behind that rock. That way I don't have to fight him at the same time. I will say this, my shells seem to have decent dispersion. They're not that bad. Nice, nice little citadel there. I think we're gonna win this, but I'm gonna try and get around over here. I kind of wish my hydro was up so that I could see for the Otago's torps, because I guarantee you he's gonna launch some. All right, I'm detected, which means that there's the destroyer is okay right there. I was actually worried because I thought the destroyer would be out here. I guarantee you the Otago dropped torps on me, so pop that hydro. He's the last one alive on this convoy mission, so I didn't want to say this. Ooh, nice. I didn't want to say this, but I actually thought that we were going to lose this a little ways into it, but I'm glad to see that we were able to salvage that. Yay, I got my gift, which is okay. I actually got a gift container from that. I think I would. Pretty good round there. I definitely made some mistakes. I definitely have some learning to do on this ship, but overall, I mean, I was in the top half of the team. Granted, that doesn't say much when there's only 7 players there, but I still managed to be in the top half, barely. The Mogami was right on my heels. Detailed report, so you can see I took a lot of damage from these battleships, so I have a feeling this ship is going to have a big problem fighting against battleships. We should probably head back into port and see what that armor plating is, but still did pretty decently here. Let's head back into port, and I just want to look at the armor layout right quick. Okay, so 27mm bow plating, that's pretty comparable. I believe the Atago has 27 also. The armor belt is 27. Citadel armor plating is 152, and it's not quite at the waterline, but it's pretty far down there. That's definitely going to be a problem if I turn broadside. Let's get some of the excess down. So it literally, the Citadel is right on the edge of the waterline, or right on the edge of the ship right there. There's no turtleback protection like at all. Get rid of those, what is that, casemate armor or gun mount armor. So overall, I think this is going to be a good ship. I don't think it was a good deal to spend $100 for it, but you know what? It's still going to be a ship that I'm going to have a lot of fun with. Would I recommend you guys buy it? Personally, no. I think this ship does not have enough gimmicks going for it to make it worth the money. What I would do, if you want this ship, what I would do if I were you, is when you buy premium account, you can buy offer of the months that give you 2,500 doubloons, which I'm giving away, by the way. Check out my doublooning channel, or my doublooning videos. I would save up your doubloons when you buy those. And when this ship is released into the armory, it's going to be about, if I had to throw a dart, about 13,000 doubloons. That's only about 6 months of saving your doubloons in order to get. And that's the way I would get it. Is it the perfect way to get it? No. If you want to get this ship, if you're really impressed with this ship, go ahead and get it. I will say I like this ship, but I am kind of a US nut. I've discussed this in the past. I really like US ships. I think this is going to be a nice addition to my collection, and I look forward to playing this in the future. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and I will see you all next time.